Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about gynoecium. We have already discussed androecium, which is the collection of stamens or male reproductive parts. Now, what is gynoecium? So, gynoecium is a collection of female reproductive parts or female reproductive parts. They are collectively known as gynoecium. Now, what are the female reproductive parts in flowers? So, carpel is the unit of gynoecium, is the unit of androecium was stamen. So, in this case, the unit of gynoecium is carpel. It means the female reproductive part in flower is the carpel. Now, what is carpel? So, it is fourth whorl of flower also. Or if you look into the structure of flower, first lie the sepals, then petals, then lie the stamens, and at the in the innermost whorl, it is the carpel. So it is a modified megasporophyll that consists of style, stigma, and ovary. Now, what is megasporophyll? So, megasporophyll is the reproductive leaf that is found in the pteridophytes bearing megasporangia. If we look into the developments of plants in evolutionary point of view, so first were the bryophytes and then were the pteridophytes. The very first one, the bryophytes, their body is a thallus which can't be differentiated into leaf, stamen, and roots. While in pteridophytes, we can differentiate their bodies into leaf, root, stem. Even they have uh, tracheids or vascular strands. They have a specialized leaf that is known as megasporophyll, a leaf that bears megasporangia, and megasporangia and megaspores are produced. So it is believed that the today's carpel or the carpel that is present in today's flower, it is a modified megasporophyll. It is a megasporophyll, but with the passage of time, it has been evolved into the present state. There is another structure that is usually used in gynoecium, along with the gynoecium on in female reproductive parts of flower, that is the pistil. Some books refers it to as the female reproductive parts. In some cases, the two terms pistil and carpel are same in meaning. For example, if there is one carpel, the number of carpel will also be 1. But if there are 3 carpels and they are fused or connate, then there will be a single compound pistil. So if there are free carpels, it means they are not fused. Then the number of carpels will be equal to the number of pistils. But if the carpels are fused, then there will all these fused carpels will form a single pistil, but this pistil will be compound because of the fused carpels. If there are 3 carpels, we can do the second statement, and they are distinct. It means they are not connate or they are not fused. Then the number of pistil will also be 3. If they are fused, then the number of corpus pistil will be a single but compound because of fused corpus. Look into these structures. Here there are 3 carpels, number 1, number 2, number 3. So there are 3 carpels and 3 pistils. But in this case, there are 3 carpels like this, but they are not distinct or separate, but they are fused to each other. So in this case, there are 3 connate carpels, but a single compound pistil. Now, ovary, what is ovary? Actually, pistils has 3 parts, so we'll discuss about all these parts. The very first one, the pistil, sorry, carpel. Carpel has 3 parts. Usually, the very first one is the ovary. Ovary is the lower swollen part of carpel in which ovules are present. Style that stalk that is present between stigma and ovary at enhanced pollination, in terms of which fertilization chances will increase. Look at this structure. This is the lower swollen part that bear ovule. The cavity in ovary is known as lacule. These are the ovules, and this structure is it attach ovule to the ovarian wall is known as placenta. This is the style. It keeps the stigma up in the air, increase its appearance into the insects or wind, etc. The other structure is the stigma. It is the uppermost part of carpel that receive pollen grains. It is the uppermost. It is present at the top that receives pollen grain. Style position we will discuss later on. We will discuss stigma structure, but later on. Look into the stigma. This is the stigma. This is the very first organ of the female reproductive part on which pollen grains or pollen grains come here, and because of the sticky nature of stigma they are caged in this sticky material. So this is a crucial structure in female reproductive part. What is stippled stalk present at the base of ovary, with the help of which ovary attach to the receptacle, and not present in most flower. This is mostly absent in flower, but in some flower it is present. This is the stipe or stipe present at the base, and this stipe attach the ovary to the receptacle. Now pistil may be simple or compound. Now what is simple pistil? Pistil consists of a single carpel and a single lacule. Look at this structure. Here this is a single lacule along with the single carpel. This is the single carpel and single lacule. It means this is a simple pistil. We have already discussed if there is a single distinct carpel, then the number of carpel will be equal to the number of pistil. But here there is a single lacule or single lacule and single carpel. This is a single carpel along with this single lacule. So this form a simple pistil. The other one is the compound pistil. Pistil that consists of two or more fused carpels. Here these are three. So they are more than so they are two or more than two fused, but they are fused. Look at the structure with one or many lacules. Here the lacules or ovarian cavity is single, but look into the number of placenta 1, 2, 3. It means the number of carpels are 3. Number of placenta are equal or always equal to the number of carpels. So we in a fused carpels we can identify or we can calculate the number of placenta from these structure of style, stigma and ovary. So in compound pistil, there will be many lacules. Lacule may be one or many, but there will be two or more than two carpels, but they will be fused. Now, what is gynoecial fusion? How gynoecium fusion occur in gynoecium? So there are two types: apocarpus and syncarpus. Apocarpus, it is a condition in which carpels are free and the number of carpels are equal to the number of lacules. In this case, carpels are free. It means they are not fused, and the number of carpels are equal to the number of lacules. It means each carpel has its own lacule. Look at this structure. These are the free carpels, and each one has, look at the cross section, each one has its own lacule or ovarian cavity. Ovary consists of more than one carpels. These are more than one carpels arranged freely arranged. They are freely arranged Each carpel has its own style. This is the style stigma of each carpel, while pistil has a single ovary and more than one style and stigma. Look at the structure. Here is a single pistil has single ovary. This is a single ovary, although consists of distinct carpels, more than one distinct carpels, but the ovary is a single ovary. Now syncarpus. What is syncarpus? In this case, carpels are fused with each other and its number can be identified from the number of placenta. Each lacule contains one or more than one carpel. In syncarpus condition, carpels are fused with each other. Now, how many carpels are there? We can identify them from the number of placenta present in fruit later on. If fruit are fully mature, we can calculate the number of carpels from the placenta or even from the seeds in placenta. Each lacule contain more than one carpel. In this case, there is a single lacule. It means the ovaries consist of a single chamber, and each lacule contain more than one carpel. But here the carpel are fused, so it appears as a single structure. This is the separate carpels, ovules in its placenta, ovules in its placenta. This is other carpel and this is the other, but the cavity is a single cavity. The number of style and stigma may be one or many. Here in this case, this number of style stigma there are three, but it can also be one or two or four. There are three carpels and single lacule, two carpels and two lacule. These are the three fused carpels. Components of an ovary. If you look into the structure of an ovary, there are various components. We will discuss each of them. First one is the septum. It is a partition wall in ovary that may be one or maybe many in number. Look at this. This is the septum that divides the ovary into more than one chamber, yeah, or two chambers. So it is divided by the septum. Septum is an ovarian partition wall that divides the ovary into many chambers. The other structure is the lacule. It is the ovary cavity enclosed by cavity walls, and the basis of lacule. This is the ovary chambers. You can clearly, if you cut tomato in a cross section, you can clearly examine the presence of this lacule in tomato. And the basis of lacule ovary may be unilacular. It means there is a single lacule, plurilacular when there are more than one lacule. It's very simple. Placenta. These are the tissues of the ovary that bears the ovule and provide food to ovule. Same to that of placenta that is found in animals. The similar structure is found here in plants too. These are the tissues that provide food for the developing ovules. When changes occur in ovules, it divides. When seeds develop, so this placenta provide food to the developing seed or embryo. Another structure is the funiculus, a stalk that leads from placenta to ovule. Look at this structure. This is the ovule. This is the more clear structure. This is the ovule, while this stalk is known as funiculus. This stalk attach this ovule to this placenta. Food from this ovarian wall flew first to the placenta and then through this stalk and finally to the ovule or developing embryo. Ovules. Now what is ovule? It is an integumented megasporangium containing megaspore. If we look into this structure, here is the megasporangia or megaspore. This is the megasporangium And these integuments, these are known as integuments that later on convert into seed coat. So what is actually an ovule? It is an integumented megasporangium. What is mean by integumented megasporangium? Megasporangium that is covered by integument that contain megaspore. This megaspore then undergoes mitosis, producing eight cell structures. Uh, the ego endosperm, the diploid cell, endosperm mother cell at the center, and other cells at the base and at the apex, synergid and antipodal cells. So look at this structure. This is the lacule ovary chamber. This is the ovary wall. This is the ovule with that are attached with the help of the stalk funiculus to the placenta. Look at this structure here. This is shown as a septum, that is the ovary partition wall that divides the ovary into two parts, two corpus, because there are two placenta, so there are two corpus and two lacules, there are two chambers. Ovary attachment and its position. What is meant by ovary attachment? It refers to the presence or absence of stalk known as stipe, but the presence of stipe is very rare. Ovary attachment mean how ovary attached to the receptacle, but in most cases it is directly attached to the uh, receptacle without a stalk. But in some flowers there is a stalk, and this stalk is known as stipe, that we have already discussed. Ovary position. What does it mean by ovary position? Ovary occupy three types of position with respect to other floral parts. Ovary possess three different types of position in flower with respect to the other floral part like sepals, petals, and stamens. So the very first one is the superior ovary. Now what is superior ovary? When sepals, petals, and stamens they are attached at the base of the ovary is known as superior ovary. When sepals, petals, and stamens they are attached to the base of the ovary, or they arise from the base of the ovary, such ovary position is known as superior ovary. It's very simple. The ovary lies above the other floral parts. That's why it is termed as superior ovary. While flower having such ovary position is termed as hypogynous flower. In the flower that consists of such ovary, like superior ovary, the flower with superior ovary is known as hypogynous flower. What is mean by hypogynous? Hypo mean below, gynous mean gynoecium. It means the other floral parts are below the gynoecium. So such flowers are known as hypogynous flower. Flowers in which other floral parts are present or arise below or from the base of the gynoecium. So in this case, if the rest of the floral parts are arise from the base of the ovary, it means that the ovary is superior. That's very simple. Look at the structure. This is the base. The sepals, petals, and stamen arise from this base, and the ovary is superior. It means above the other floral parts. Inferior ovary, sepals, petals, and stamens are attached at the top or apex of ovary is known as inferior ovary. In this case, the sepals, petals, and stamens they are present at the top or apex of the ovary. So it is inferior, mean below the other flower parts. Such type of flower is known as epigynous flower. Now what is mean by epigynous flower? If we look into the structure, the other floral parts, these other floral parts, they are present above. Epi mean above. Epi mean above the gynous, mean above the female reproductive part or above the carpel. So such flower are known as epigynous flower. Now what is half inferior ovary? That's very simple. In this case, sepals, petals, and stamens are attached at the middle of the ovary. Look into the structure. Flower with such arrangement is known as perigynous. perimean at the same level. So it means the other floral parts they are lies at the same level to with the gynous mean the gynoecium. Look at this structure. Or ovary half inferior, while such arrangement is also known as epihypogynous. Style position. What is the style of the what is the position of the style? It refers to the placement of style relative to the ovary. With respect to ovary, what is the position of the style, or from which part of the ovary or from which side of the ovary style arises? The very first one is the terminal. When a style is placed at the apex of the ovary, look into this ovary, the style is at the apex. It is the most common one. Subapical, when the style arises from near the apex, like this is the apex, and from here arises this this style, it will be termed as subapical. Lateral, that's also very simple. When it arises from this side, like from this side or from this side, from lateral sides, when the style arises, it will be termed as lateral. This is found in rosaceae like Fragaria. The other one is basal or gynobasic. In this case, the style will arise from the base of the ovary, and this is found in Boraginaceae family. The other one, the structure that that I have said that we will discuss for later on, it is the structure of stigma. So structure of stigma may be described disc-like. Look into this structure. This is disc-like or globose, like a globe, or round in structure, linear. Here the stigma is divided into two fronds or arms, each with a linear structure. Plumose, feather-like structure, and found in wind-pollinated flowers of the family Cyperaceae and Poaceae. Here, the stigma is divided into two arms bearing appear like feathers.